Hello, lovely souls. My name is Janelle. I am a Reiki healer and Oracle reader, meditation coach with Energy Healing Omaha in Omaha, Nebraska. And today I am going to be giving you an oracle reading for this generalized period. This is primarily for Virgo. So if your rising sign is Virgo or your sun sign is Virgo, then this is going to be for you. I plan on starting to do more of these oracle readings, just generally for every astrological sign. I might start doing more, start getting more creative, but we're working with some really interesting energy today. So my deck is the Kali Oracle deck, and I'm working with the goddess Kali Ma. So if you are familiar, Kali is just referred to as the dark goddess. But dark doesn't always mean bad. She is the one that finds us when we are at our lowest, when we are at our darkest point, because she is darkness and she can help guide us through. This is a very motherly type energy. This energy is helping us grow, it's helping us heal, it's helping to cultivate us. So just keep that in mind while we're going through this oracle reading today. I don't know if I mentioned, this is the first time I've actually recorded an oracle reading. I do these out of my small business in Omaha, Nebraska. That's where I am now. I'm in my conference room, and I just figured, why not? Why not just step out of my comfort zone and socialize in this platform and provide something to you as a resource that you can use. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with this oracle reading. So the deck that I am using was created by Elena Fairchild, and it's a very beautiful deck. Here is some of the imagery, and I am going to be using the guidebook. So this is for you if your sun sign is Virgo or if your rising is Virgo. And we're going to begin, and you can begin with me. We're going to just do a short little prayer to start. I have a rock here to help keep my guidebook open. And I like you just to take your hand and put it to your heart in prayer. And just close your eyes and connect with your heart space, connect with your heart center. And you can either repeat after me out loud or just internally. Through unconditional love, wisdom, peace, and compassion, I ask for healing for myself and for all beings, that the Divine Mother's grace and truth may manifest for the greatest good. Please bless and guide all work with this oracle for that highest good and loving wisdom. So be it. So we're going to ask the oracle 3 questions. Okay, so the first question we're going to ask on behalf of the Virgos: what is the most helpful higher perspective on how to deal with influences from my past? What is the most helpful higher perspective on how to deal with influences from my past? Okay. I just intuitively find the card because I feel like the card is going to come out to me. So this is our first card. It is Dakshina. So I am going to read the description of this card to you. At the end of every card, there's going to be a short healing, whether that be a little meditation or sometimes that's a mantra. So let's see what it says. Dakshina. And it's funny because it's the card number 7 there. So 7 for me, I'm not a Virgo, but 7 for me, it's a really significant number. It's a number that keeps popping up over and over again in my life. Okay. So, fear can undermine your confidence, erode your trust, and steal away the joy you take in living. The benign yet mighty Dakshina Kali manifests to conquer fear and realign your mind and path toward peace and light. So make a sincere offering from your heart to her now, and you will receive her generous blessings and assistance. Open your heart with trust, for that which is blessed and beautiful wants to manifest in your life. Dakshina Kali, she conquers even the most extreme fears. She steps forward with her right foot, and this is a sign that she will create order from chaos. Her forearms are raised to bestow blessings and to wield the divine weaponry necessary to protect the soul. She restores and realigns, deftly eliminating that which has no place on your soul path. Her actions are powerful and benevolent. She appears fierce, yet is benign. Her oracle brings the message that a situation which may frighten or intimidate you is well within your capacity to handle. No matter how dramatic or intense the scenario may appear to be, it shall become little more than a passing memory and shall not have any negative bearing upon your future. As Dakshina Kali Ma is the portent of a fiery sunset, an ending to a truly frightening and difficult time. Yet this brings a new inner experience of courage, self-trust, and a renewed, increasingly empowered personal relationship with the divine. She is the reminder of the dark night that allows for rest and regeneration before the light of sunrise awakes us into a new cycle of experience. She is with us both through dark and light. She arises in a reading to bring comfort and reassurance that you are allowed to receive wonderful blessings. If you have been enduring suffering, not only will she bring it to an end, she will ensure you gain something of tremendous value from the experience to help you avoid greater suffering in the future. To engage the peaceful blessings and psychological renewal that Dakshina Kali bestows, you can make an offering. The term Dakshina means gift. Typically, the gift you would offer to a healer or a spiritual teacher with gratitude for their teachings and blessings. What could anyone possibly offer to a great being such as Kali Ma? Love, affection, prayers, especially those that relate not only to us but to all beings in need. Honor and reverence. Why are these gifts sufficient? Ma is an enlightened divine presence. She has no need for flattery or gifts to elicit her love, grace, and protection. She gives that freely and generously. The offering to her is about what it does for us on a human level. Making a genuine offering opens the heart and puts us in a position to truly receive. To demand from an entitled perspective, locked in ego or blocked in fear, does not open us to her. Even though she pours forth love and healing in great abundance, we are like concrete with the water of her love sliding over us, unable to permeate, restore, and nourish. We need to be like tilled soil. We need to be open and receptive, capable of taking in her grace. For that to happen, we need to place our hearts and minds in the best state to engage with her. An offering is a humbling act of respect and acknowledgement. It is an act of imploring. It opens the receptive channel in our hearts. Dakshina appears when we are in need and the Divine Mother wishes to bring a blessing into our lives. She is a reminder to put ourselves into the best state to receive, no matter how good or deserving we may strive to be. If we cannot open and allow the grace in, our wounded perspectives shall continue to have the upper hand in our minds and create further suffering in our lives. If we believe we do not deserve grace, are not worthy of the gifts of the Divine Mother's healing and love, and are not willing to trust her and drop our defenses, then we are saying, thank you, but I cannot accept this gift. It's too much. Do you wish to allow such attitudes to deny the Divine Mother's free-flowing blessings in your life? If not, then give to her. Give to her to allow yourself to receive from her. Every being benefits because her blessings are enlightened, bringing healing to you and simultaneously improving your circumstances for all beings. Be like a child who asks their mother for a beautiful gift and knows it will bring their mother pleasure to bestow it on them, therefore increasing happiness for all. You can only experience that if you allow Dakshina to enter your heart and your world. You have free will. What shall you choose? So that was the description for Dakshina. And now we are going to have a small prayer, an invocation that we have to do for the completion of this healing. So if you could with me now, I'm going to set up my rock so that my page doesn't fall. You can place your hand in prayer and place your hand to your prayer hands to your heart. You can say this after me. Kali Ma, Dakshina Ma, I humbly bow before you. My heart leaps with joy as I feel the presence of my soul's divine queen. My heart is now soft and surrendered with gratitude and trust. I know not what I truly need, but I know that you know. I trust in you to deliver your blessings as well as in my capacity to receive, integrate, and heal through these blessings, now and always. For the spiritual benefit of all beings, may I receive, and receive. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Dakshina Kali. And I'd like you now to visualize, imagine, or feel, or intend that your heart is a beautiful garden. And there's a sacred gardener there that is tilling the soil, clearing away any weeds, lumps of dry hardened clay. The gardener smashes them into bits and stirs them into the ground, making it ready to receive the delicious, nourishing rainfall that is imminent. And maybe you can even smell the rain as it's falling, as it's watering your garden. The rain hits the earth and it releases this freshness into the soil, and it soaks in and nourishes and it promotes life. This is just the right amount of rain to suit the needs of your garden. And now, after it's done raining, the sun comes out and shines. It's bright and it's warm. Receive as much of this as you need, and you can finish with your hands in prayer and your head bowed to your hands in gratitude, and just soak up the gratitude. You can stay here as long as you like if you need to pause the video at this time. And when you're ready, we can proceed. So that was our first question. So that was symbolizing what is going to be coming out of your life. It relates to what's ending. So for you, Virgo, you know what you need to do. Okay? And if you need to go back and re-listen to the message of the card, please go back and do so. So now we're ready for our second card. And this is the question. This is for Virgo. What is the most helpful higher perspective on how to open to my most beautiful future? What is the most helpful higher perspective on how to open to your most beautiful future? We have Moksha of Kali, which is a very good card. It's a very restorative card. All right, Moksha of Kali, number 39. So just listen to the description of the card and see if it resonates with you. And we're going to do the healing at the very end. So if you were to be doing a one-on-one session with me, then I would ask you, after you got done listening to the description of the card, if you felt as though it resonates with you. Usually it does. So at the end, we always do some type of invocation, whether that's a prayer, whether that's a mantra, whether it's a visualization or a mixture of certain things. So yeah, just make sure that you keep watching all the way to the end, even after you hear the messaging. All right, so here we go. Moksha of Kali. Her passionate desire for your liberation is unflagging, and so your relief shall come swiftly. She is speaking to you from within. She is the voice of reassurance. Can you hear her? Trust her. Soon you will see things in a better light. You are going to be liberated from the struggle you are currently experiencing. Be true to yourself and your life path, and you will attract the way forward as obstacles disappear. Do not turn away, for you are destined to overcome all opposition, bringing your sacred path to fruition. Moksha is a Sanskrit word. It means freedom in the sense of complete self-actualization and spiritual liberation. It refers to the attainment of enlightenment and is considered the final release from involuntary suffering. The distinction between voluntary and involuntary is made because at a high level, certain divine beings will take on the experience of suffering to assist those who are yet to experience moksha. They help to carry the load and move others forward. Our love for another, our compassion for their pain, may make us wish we could take on their suffering so they no longer need to struggle. This is counter to the divine perspective of higher beings. They enter into the realm of suffering to assist all. The divine understands the purpose of suffering, that it can lead us towards wisdom, strength, and ultimately empowerment. There is an art to alleviating suffering without depriving the soul of growth it can bring. There are loving divine beings of great wisdom willing to help those trapped in suffering at all times. We can call for assistance whenever we find our pain difficult to bear, including the anguish we feel when faced with these struggles of others. These divine beings have sufficient wisdom and higher understanding to help in ways that create benefit for all. There are times when suffering is so great that it threatens to overwhelm the soul. Perhaps that intense degree of suffering is a result of an accumulated unresolved pain of generations of ancestors resting upon the spiritual shoulders of one family member that's brave enough to admit the truth when the others are trapped in delusion and denial. Similar situations can arise in societal, religious, cultural, or corporate contexts. Intensified suffering can be an initiation for a particularly talented soul who has the potential to bring light and freedom to the world. To achieve this, that soul must learn to deal with the darkness in equal measure. That typically entails periods of intense struggle until the best methods are realized to find peace and awareness without being overcome by pain. Many mystics report dark nights of the soul, a struggle with negativity, suffering, and pain of various kinds that last for a long time. They are not failing on their spiritual path. They are at an advanced level. They are willing to engage with their struggles because of their great love for the truth, the light, for the divine, in whatever form resonates for their hearts. Nothing can make them turn away from that great love. Higher love is the power that fuels moksha. It fuels the release from suffering. It is spiritual juice to keep doing the inner work and to seek the path through and refuse to give up, even if we still are figuring out what our persistence is going to look like today. The moksha of Kali teaches us that our suffering is no source for shame, but rather a badge of spiritual honor, acknowledging that we are deep on the soul's healing pathway. However, that doesn't mean that the more we suffer, the more spiritual we become. And the more spiritual we become, the more we have to suffer. It means our capacity to process our suffering increases, and in that increase, we experience more sunshine through the clouds, moments of peace, liberation, and higher understanding, rather than a way of life. Periods of suffering become like toxins. Our body, our mind, and soul, we need to process and release. perhaps akin to digesting a meal, but on a multi-level scale. So this oracle brings the message of relief and realization. There is much you will accomplish through your own efforts, and much more that can be accomplished if you include regular prayers for assistance from the divine as part of your lifestyle. If you have been working hard on an issue or wondering if it will ever give way to an improved set of circumstances, the oracle indicates that yes, a time of freedom from this difficulty is on its way. So, that is the description for Moksha of Kali. So if you're ready to do the ritual invocation, just simply, like last time, place your hands into prayer, bring your hands to your heart, and we'll begin. You can repeat after me. Kali Ma, Goddess of enlightenment, wisdom, and grace. You are the beginning and the end. You are beyond this journey, beyond suffering, beyond all experience. Kali Ma, Nirodha Shakti. You who still the incessant fluctuations of being and bring peace, I call upon your wisdom to break the cycles that need to be broken. You are absolute and the completion. I rest in you, Ma, for the spiritual benefit of all beings. And we're going to do a short visualization. I just want you to keep your eyes closed, and I want you to enter the cleansing power of Nirodha Shakti. This is the power of Kali that dissolves the fluctuations of the mind and provides the capacity to withdraw from the senses, withdraw the senses from distraction and into a restful inner immersion. To do this, you can sit in a darkened room, so you can turn off all your lights and right now, wherever you are, or you can just simply close your eyes. And I want you to sense or feel or imagine or visualize Kali Ma is in your heart, like a powerful black magnetic force of love. She draws you to her so strongly that you must let go of your attachments to outer things, thoughts, and rumination. Instead, allow your awareness to be captured by her, to be pulled toward her. Your sense of being is being drawn deep into her silence. The agitations of your being is being settled and dissolved. Allow her to consume you, to absorb your thoughts, your ideas, your identities. There is just Ma Kali now. And you rest here as long as you like to. And when you are ready, you can emerge by placing your hands in prayer. You can ground yourself with some movement. You can pause so you can give yourself, I want you to be able to give yourself the full space and grace and time to complete this ritual. So once you're finished with that, we can continue. I really love doing these oracle readings. So this is symbolizing your future, Moksha of Kali. This is symbolizing what is coming into being, and what a beautiful future for you, Virgo. So this is the last draw for the evening. And this last question is important. What is the most helpful higher perspective that I need to know right now? For now, this is for Virgo. What is the most helpful higher perspective that I need to know for now? Okay? So, see what it says. Matangi. Let's read the description of the card. Matangi is a different one for me. I have been doing oracle readings for a few months now, and I always become very surprised because there are some cards I just never pull, and this is one of them. So let's find out what this means. She is the tantric queen of outcasts, unveiling hidden inner power to thrive outside conventional society. She holds the secret teachings of the power of the voice, of the healing power of art and music. She is the divine feminine medicine for the lost, the alienated, those who have been cast aside. If you have been denied love and respect, she brings healing and empowerment. If you have suffered rejection, abandonment, or been labeled as unworthy in any way, she brings dignity and repair. She is the ignition of a creative, joyful, and vibrant life path. The ninth of the wisdom goddesses, Mahavita Matangi, is a wild goddess, sparkling green in color, with a green parrot as her symbol. She dwells outside the confines of polite society. She eats stale food, a symbol of her power in the realm that has been discarded or rejected, and her ability to source power from that which others cannot recognize as having value. Matangi sees worth where others are not capable of noticing it, let alone honoring it. She is for those souls going through the experience of being disrespected, discarded, not really seen, and not loved, and valued for their true being. She is also for those who think and seek to live outside social, political, economic, or religious systems and can thrive best by doing so. Her association with pollution and unclean foods represents her power to overcome impurity and toxic energies. This includes poisons on all levels, from many physical toxins in our modern world to actions that appear holy on the surface but are rotten at the core, to the emotional and psychological poisons that steal away our peace and freedom. For those who recognize the spiritually dysfunctional lifestyles that typify mainstream mentality, who may feel uncertain or vulnerable to how to cultivate well-being and protect the planet for future generations, she provides strength, courage, and ingenuity. Matangi opens the sacred pathway and bypasses fear and moving with the crowd, releasing constrictions to the soul and allowing for authenticity on a deeper level. You'll know when this is happening because you will feel increasingly like yourself, responsible and free to create your path in life while recognizing how trapped and demeaned so many are around you. You will feel grateful that you don't fit in and determined to manifest something constructive with the gift of freedom and spiritual power that you've been able to access. Matangi is the liberator, and her appearance in a reading implies you cannot find fulfillment in the dreams another has dreamed for you, nor in the values that mainstream society holds. You have a path and a purpose that needs to break with societal conditioning. And sometimes that will mean experiencing what it is to be an outsider. However, you are never alone, and really you belong to a soul tribe of unique beings with Matangi as our spiritual queen. There is nothing wrong with being different. You can find a way to belong that doesn't compromise your essential self, but rather frees and empowers you to belong to yourself fully. As the tantric emanation of Sarawati, Matangi opens us to the power of speech. This is a realm of poetry, speaking and writing that inspires and uplifts us. It's the use of words in such a way that they have the power to change another state of being. Some may call this spell casting. A beautiful teaching associated with Matangi is that the devotee must treat all women with reverence and respect. She will not manifest her blessing where the feminine is criticized or desecrated. So when we use the power she gives us to honor the sacred, her power grows in us. To use such power to put another down is an act against the goddess and will not manifest any benefit. So Matangi's presence often indicates a time when we are learning the spiritual power and responsibility as our influence expands. In a reading, she argues the overcoming of a toxic pattern or situation. So if you have been feeling at the mercy of another person or situation, she reassures you that you have the spiritual power within you to reclaim your power, your energy as your own. And she will assist you in shedding psychic contamination or residues from others. And you need to have no fear. As Matangi operates outside systems and conventions, if you're feeling afraid or victimized, you are asked to seek sanctuary in her trust and her overriding power. No fasts or other purification rituals, no initiations or other forms of teachings are required to practice Matangi's mantra. She encourages music and dance as a way to connect with her and receive her blessings. She reminds us that the divine eye, we are lovable, we are worthy and acceptable as we are. Hers is a joyful path to the heart. I really love that description of Matangi. So there, for this one, there is a short prayer here and also a mantra. Ooh, so that's going to be fun. Okay, so go ahead and place your hands in prayer back to your heart like we did before and close your eyes. Raja Matangi, Queen of Outcasts, who dwells beyond society and thrives, you arise at the thresholds in the spaces of desolation, abandonment, and banishment. You are strength and sweetness. You are the extraordinary power that arises when all seems lost. You provide the knowledge needed. You provide the knowledge needed to succeed and the path to overcome all obstacles through the power of the joyful spirit. May your wisdom manifest through all capable channels for the spiritual benefit of all beings. May our playful hearts take delight in yours. Jai Ma Matangi. I'd like you to imagine and visualize that you are offering all your concerns on a vibrant green plate, holding it out toward the beloved goddess Patanji, who is shining as a bright green sun. Out of that sun squawks and swoops a huge green parrot. The parrot grabs the offering plate in its beak and flies back with it until both are lovingly submerged into the sun. There is freedom of release and the promise of blessings. And you may say this mantra several times with joy in your heart. Om Harim Aim Shrim Shri Matangesh Vari Swa. You can finish this with your hands in prayer, placed at your heart. And here you have completed the healing ritual for this card. So now that we've gone through all of the questions, I just want to give you a moment to reflect on all of the cards that came into your draw today. I hope that this oracle reading was able to help you. I hope it was able to give you some insight into maybe things that you're going through right now and things that you're experiencing. I'm not a Virgo myself, but I know that I resonated a lot with the messaging, and I feel like sometimes when I give these oracle readings, the spirit is also kind of giving me a hand to and giving me messages that I need to hear. But I really hope that this helped you and that maybe it helped answer some questions. And I'm also here for you if you need help along your spiritual journey, if you need healing, if you need support. That's why I'm here, and I'm here doing the work. My oracle readings take about 30 minutes, and it's $30, and we can do it over Zoom. If you're locally here in the Omaha metro area, just come into my office. I would love to see you. And we're going to take some time to just close out our oracle reading. I would like you to place your hands back into prayer, place it to your heart, close your eyes. Through the divine love of Ma Kali, may all benefits of this practice be sealed and secured for the greatest good of all. Please continue to help and heal us in all ways. We take shelter in your love and grace so that we may fulfill our souls and know the beauty of true spiritual nature. So be it. So be it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to bring you another one of these oracle readings again really soon. Bye.